I think about water policy through the context also of another seemingly unrelated issue, but space. So I am the head of the Space Council. I love space. And
so does Ed Perlmutter.
Right, right.
Space is exciting. It spurs our imaginations, and it forces us to ask big questions. Space, it affects us all, and it connects us all.
Exactly, and so think about it, right? So there is now technology, in fact, we just recently launched it, satellite technology that is now mapping water around the globe. So we can now see where it is and where it's flowing. This is extraordinary because it is now, this satellite technology from space will allow us here to have a sense of where it's going, what the trends are, and how we should be thinking again about the interconnection and the interdependence. What it will mean when we think about agriculture and the ability of people to grow food. You mentioned earlier, the Congress member mentioned the point about national security and the interconnection between extreme climate, water policy, and national security. Just think about it. Human beings need to eat food to live. Okay, so if a community or a particular geographic location is experiencing extreme drought over years and years, they cannot grow food. They will then leave that place to go somewhere where they can grow food. And they may go to a place that speaks a different language and prays to a different God, which invariably will lead to some degree of conflict. And as you look at the globe, and then put it in the context again of what we're going to be able to see with all this technology about where water is going, where we are losing it, and what that will mean in terms of global migration, of which we are seeing the largest amount of global migration that we've seen in generations, and what that might lead to in terms of conflict. It is very real. And so these issues are all connected, and in that way, water policy is one of the factors that when we address it with an intentionality and intensity, we will invariably have an impact on a lot of residual and related issues. Because when we have the ability to map it and have the data, one of the things, I'm going to Africa at the end of the month, and this is going to be one of my areas of focus, is climate resilience and adaptation. And with the satellite technology, what we can do, if we collect the data in a way that is accessible to everyone, not just people who have a PhD, but people who are equally, if not even smarter, who are farmers, giving people access to that technology, that data, so they can then make decisions about when they are planting their crops and what kind of crops to plant, right? So again, these things are all connected in a very important way with multiple layers in terms of impact. Like, we're saving something, but we're also going to be better. We're creating, we're innovating. It's exciting. It's not only like, hey, let's throw out the life raft and everybody just pull it in, We're actually creating new things, new ways of doing things. And that's very exciting.